And welcome to this Thursday edition of the Premier League Zone. Of course, we're here to talk about all things Premier League. And normally, we will be discussing or looking ahead to what's to come in the next few days, the weekend. But this week is a special week. There is no Premier League action this weekend. Instead, there is international football, and that gives us a chance to do an assessment and review of what we have seen so far in the Premier League. You can also watch us on Facebook at Inspiration FM 92.3. Once again, the Facebook username is Inspiration FM 92.3. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp 0817 3136193. 0817 3136193 is the number if you want to get in touch with us on the Premier League Zone today. And of course, you can give us a call on 0700 923 923 923. Today is Thursday, and that means we'll be discussing the Fantasy Premier League as well. A horrible weekend for everyone in the studio, and we will be lamenting very, very soon. You can also send us your screenshots of your performance from last week. Send it to our WhatsApp portal 0817 313 6193, and we will be going through as many as possible. Let's begin with a general overview of the Premier League so far. 7 matches played so far, and we have a very familiar looking top 4 with Chelsea on top, Man City, Liverpool, and Manchester United. We thought it was going to be like that. Maybe we didn't expect it to take shape this early in the season, but the big boys have certainly come out punching this season, Anthony.
Some of the big boys have come out punching this season. The top 3 have definitely come out punching this season. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City have come out punching. United are trying to, keep tabs with the big boys, not doing it as much as they'd like. I think they're the only ones who have looked a bit inconsistent from the big boys as well. City have gone to Liverpool and gone to Chelsea and collected points as well. Chelsea, of course, top of the table. Liverpool are unbeaten this season. United, on the other hand, losing to Aston Villa, drawing at home to Everton, and all of that. So we've not really shown that quality that can put them on that level with the big boys. But yes, I agree with you overall. It's the top 4. These are the teams we expected to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season, and it's good to see them, being in that position early in the season. Will they maintain it? Who will drop off? Who will taper off at the end of the day? We will to see.
Yeah, and I know Chelsea, they currently sit on top of the Premier League table, but would you say they have been the best team in the league so far this season? And why would you say so?
Quite difficult to say they are the best so far. As looking at what has happened since the start of the season, I think Liverpool, should earn that bragging right at the moment. But I do not know how Liverpool, how consistent they can be all through the season. When you look at the fact that the AFCON is just around the corner, and there's a likelihood that they would have to miss Sadio Mane and of course the Egyptian Mohamed Salah, because they've been key components to how Liverpool have played in the last few seasons. So that would be a problem as well. You look at a team like Chelsea, they won't be missing anyone. Yeah, they won't be missing any African contingent in their team, and that maybe apart from Hakim Ziyech, who isn't even a regular at the moment in that squad. So the likes of City as well will miss the Algerian
Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah, Riyad Mahrez as well. So everything tilts towards Chelsea, to build some level of momentum. Yes, they've dropped a few points already, but at the same time, they look at the fact that it isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and they have a deep squad as well. So at the end of the day, I still feel Chelsea are favourites to win the Premier League this season.
All right, Anthony, do you agree? I don't agree. I think based on what I've seen in the opening 7 matches, I'll go Man City to win the Premier League. I don't know which team you're going for. It's going to keep changing.
Exactly. So I've not really propped for anybody yet. Yeah. I did say at the start of the season that Chelsea maybe
a lot of people said so. Actually,
look like the team that could go on to win it, given the fact that they're European champions and all of that. We expected them to kick on from winning the Champions League last season, but I think I have been made to taper that expectation a little bit. I'm just not saying they're not. Obviously, they're part of the top 3. So that's not to say they're not going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. But I've not really plucked for anybody yet. I think there are lots of teams who could go on to do it, or 3 teams I think who could still go on to do it. at the end of the season. City, like I mentioned, they've gone to 2 difficult grounds and they've come out unscathed. Liverpool still unbeaten. Chelsea at the top of the table. Chelsea can be really tight at the back and don't give away too many chances in defense as well. And they've got Lukaku up front for them. City, of course, we know Pep Guardiola, defending champions and all of that. Liverpool looking like they're channeling their title winning form as well in this one. So, and all the players are back from injury and all of that. I'd like to see more. That's all I'm saying. I'd like to see more. Maybe at the end of October, beginning of November, we'll get to see a clear picture of who we think could go on to win the title.
If you take into account the amount of criticisms that Manchester United have received this season, from Ole out to Fred to Anthony Martial and all scoring, you would think they were light years behind the rest of the pack in the title race. But they are just 2 points behind Chelsea. They are 2 points off the pace. So why exactly are people giving them so much stake?
It all boils down to how United have played in the last few match days, basically.
But I think we've seen enough of the Premier League over the years to know that every team has its own dips. And
United do not really start well anyway.
Yeah. So I remember this team still has a fantastic away record. I don't think they've been beaten away from home since a couple of seasons ago. So what they have to do, unfortunately, is to sort out their home record, and that doesn't sound like the most difficult thing to do. They just have to be more ruthless, and then they will start picking up more points at home. So why exactly are they getting so much stake as a team? I mean, because like I said, they're just 2 points off the pace on the table.
Just like Anthony stated. Anthony stated that. Okay. 3 in the title race.
I didn't say 3. I said 3. Yeah.
Now you look at the fact that even City have dropped points this season.
Yeah.
And if we were to judge about,
City did not beat Southampton at home.
They didn't. And that's a match they could have easily lost.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, no one seemed to focus on these games because it's Man City, and I believe a lot of times United have been scapegoated because every other person. No, seriously.
Let's imagine it was United that got that 3-3 draw against Brentford. Given the way Brentford equalized later on, they will have gotten so much, abuse and articles written about how Ole is not good enough to manage a team, to manage a league. But at the end of the day, every team would have its own dips. Even at this early stage of the season, you've mentioned it, buddy. City have drawn at home to Southampton. Liverpool have considered 3 against Brentford. Why is no one making any deal out of that? And everyone seems to be so focused on Manchester United.
A couple of things. First, I think the nature of United's performances in recent times have been troubling to United fans. Not just pundits.
I think that's the problem. United fans are the problem.
The nature of their performances have been troubling. The game against Villarreal, the game against Young Boys, the one against Villa, the one, and again, all these poor performances and results are coming in the space of a short time. Actually, it's like back to back. Yes, they won against Villarreal, but the performance was poor as well. I think that's what is getting maybe the United fans all panicky at the moment. But beyond that, I think all these other things you mentioned, they have antecedents. Liverpool won the title 2 years ago. They've been one of 2 teams who have been title winners in the last 4 years. Chelsea are European champions. United, on the other hand, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we always flatter to deceive. They feel like this is part of the routine for United. Hold on, I'm heading somewhere with this actually. They feel like this is part of the routine for United. Get a few decent performances, get a few horrible performances again, and at the end of the day, they fall just short of picking up any kind of trophy. We've seen it play out over the years since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took charge, and I think that's what people are looking at when they judge United. Because when City drop points or Chelsea drop points, Liverpool drop points, when City drop points, they will say City are champions.
They will remind you that they started slow last season. So I think I understand Anthony's argument that maybe until Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United in their current guys shows that they can actually run together and start winning trophies.
But I think the judgment.
I think it's fair. It's fair to look at it from that angle. Yeah.
At the same time, maybe United have been a bit unlucky in terms of the cup games. Maybe if Ole had won the Carabao Cup, Europa League last season, the narratives would have changed.
But he didn't win it.
That's the point. Again, this was a season where Liverpool actually struggled. But then wasn't on Liverpool.
Liverpool were champions, so they had plenty of credit in the bank. They were champions the previous season.
So everyone expects,
and then they were missing Virgil van Dijk and
see, irrespective whether they had the credit in the bank. At the same time, the same way people are looking at Chelsea this season. Okay, European champion.
Yeah.
Tuchel has a title under his belt.
Yeah.
Then he should kick on from there.
Yeah.
Now, why did the narrative change last season? Oh, Liverpool suddenly they missed players and all that
Because they were champions, and they won the title so convincingly in the previous season. So everyone, I think the point is, everyone knows or knew back then how good this Liverpool team can be. But United are yet to show us how good they are. I think we know how good they can be. Given the players on paper, given the players they have on the field, but they haven't really shown us on a consistent basis that they can put results together.
Let's
to
not
maybe
forget,
win the title.
Let's not forget, at some point last season, United were neck and neck up there until they are still in the season. But they will make you think they can win, and then when it matters most,
all of these things,
and when it matters most, they just fall.
all of these things you're listing, all these things you're saying, still plays into the narrative that they will just not do enough to win a title. That's the point. And they're feeling like this particular form they're in right now.
See, I'll keep saying it. Let's not forget the fact that for Klopp as well, it took him a while to win a title.
And he has won.
No, see, how many years did it take him for one?
And then Klopp had history.
He had won before.
If you're winning the Bundesliga ahead of Bayern Munich, then I can trust you.
So all of
But if you're relegating Cardiff City,
but only won titles at Molde. No, see, if it's title,
just like saying, which club is Fidelis in Ojukwu now?
Plateau United.
It's just like saying Fidelis, if he wins the MPFL next season, if Fidelis won the MPFL with Plateau United. So because of that, we trust him.
Yeah, trust him.
They trust him.
I think deep down inside, you know that all of this is just part of the how United have played under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They win a few games, gone a few runs, then they lose just enough to just pull themselves away from genuinely contending and then they put together and then finish strongly, and they say there's a process where I think United fans are slowly getting fed up, and maybe the pundits as well are seeing through all of this.
It's all about inconsistencies.
All right. Remember, we are not. We don't want to do all the talking. We want you also to contribute on the show this morning. So go to Facebook at Inspiration FM 92.3. You can just turn your neck a little bit. We both to watch us live. You can also send us a message on that platform at Inspiration FM 92.3. Of course, WhatsApp still remains 0817 313 6193, and the phone number to call is 0700 923
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment and like. Thank you.